In this video, we'll learn how to control a servo motor with Arduino Uno. So let's scroll down, choose an Arduino Uno and place it in our work plane like this. Next, we'll need a servo motor, so let's search for it. We'll choose this micro servo and place it over here. Now we need to connect this power to the 5-volt power of this Arduino Uno. We'll do that like this. Let's change this wire color to red. Then we need to connect this ground wire to ground. So let's change the wire color to black and connect this ground wire like this. Then we need to connect this signal to one of these digital ports. So let's connect it using green wire. We need to connect it to a port which have these waves like sign in front of it. So these sign means that it supports pulse width modulation, and we'll need pulse width modulation for this servo. So let's connect it to this fifth port. Now we need to code this Arduino. We'll click on code. There will be some default code present. We can delete it like this. Now we'll create a variable. Let's create a variable called position and click OK. Now we'll set this position to 0 at first. Then go to control, and if we scroll down we'll see this count up function. So we'll select it and place it over here. Now what we want to do is count up by 1 for position. Now we'll rotate this servo motor by 180 and then back. So to do that, we need to set this position from 1 to 180. And what we want to do in that time, we want to go to output, and there will be an output for servo, and we'll click on that, drag it and place it over here. So rotate servo on pin. We have servo in pin 5. So let's select it and click on this to position degrees like that. Yeah. And we don't want it to snap to 180 like instantly. We want it to be a slow and steady process. So we'll click on this, wait for a very small time, millisecond, let's say 10 millisecond. So now what will happen is this servo will rotate by 180. Now what we want is this servo to go back to its initial position. So for that, again we will go to this count and place it over here. We'll do count down by 1 for again position from this time 180 to 1, and same, go to output, and there will be a function with servo. We'll drag it in place, and our servo is placed on pin 5. So we are selecting pin 5. How much degrees do you want the rotation to be? We want it to be this variable that we have, and again wait for 10 millisecond. 10, and make sure to select this and change it to millisecond. Now what will happen is this servo will rotate by 180 and then back by 180. So let's start the simulation and see what happens. As you can see, it rotates by 180 and then goes back. So if you want this rotation to be slower, you can change this time. If we increase this time, then this action will get slower. So let's stop it. And now you know how to control an servo motor using Arduino Uno.